This is Red Rocket, this is Concord, and this is the General of the Minutemen, Bob. Bob has been given the task to expand the Minutemen's defences to Red Rocket and Concord in order to give Sanctuary Hills a first line of defence against any potential attacks. First things first, let's go see what resources I'm working with. This is not going to be nearly enough. I can buy some shipments from Drumlin Diner and make my way down to Grey Garden where I can harvest their crops, which will come in handy later. Get it? Because they're Mr. Handies. Okay, we're not going to talk about this. And now arrive at the Brotherhood Outpost. There is some loot inside here, but if we continue Dance's quest into ArcJet Systems, where we can now come across some synths, which have laser weapons and fusion cells, which can be sold for even more scrap. Dance will also give us the Righteous Authority, and after some more scavenging, this is our junk pile. And now we have this. I mean, it's a good start. Now I can begin to build up Red Rocket. There's 4 major components which need to be built before we can call Red Rocket complete. I want to start by building an access route to the roof. And now make a bridge extending across this way, which leads to a defensive watchtower looking down onto Concord. I think a gate here with an extension of the tower going overhead the gate would look good. Kind of like a castle's gatehouse. Alright, yeah, this is looking pretty sweet. This area here feels like a good spot for a campfire. I think an extended platform coming off the watchtower would look nice. Now I've made a plan for a power production tower, which utilises height to give the wind turbines better wind flow. I want to place it on the edge of Red Rocket's roof. That looks actually really awesome. With power done, now the settlement needs some food. Underneath the wind turbines, looks like a good flat spot for farmland. Let's place a shack here for the farmers and fence this area off. Okay, things are coming together here at Red Rocket. Right, so the whole point of Red Rocket is a forward defensive location for Sanctuary. However, it's missing the defensive part. I want to build a wall that wraps all the way around to the main road, which will be an entrance point to the settlement. And with that, I think we can call the wall complete. Next, I have an idea for a place where settlers can exchange junk to the Minutemen for caps. I want the area underneath the rocket of the Red Rocket to be a junk stockpile, where traders can come in from the road and do their trading here. I don't have a ton of scrap, so I couldn't build anything crazy, but I think this still gets the point across. And now, after all of this building, my junk and cap supplies are running low. There is a quest in Diamond City called Diamond City Blues, which, upon completion, will award me with 240 chems. If my math is correct, that's roughly 7,000 caps. Alrighty, we've made it to Diamond City. Now let's go speak to Cook. And we have the information on the chem deal. Boom, we now have 240 chems. I guess the Minutemen are chem dealers for the time being. After doing a bit of junk shopping, now it's time to get back to building. Red Rocket is still in need of some water. Yeah, this looks pretty cool. Now the settlers need a place to, well, actually settle. On the roof, next to the wind turbines, is a nice spot for some shacks. The settlers now have a place to live, and I think with that done, we can call Red Rocket complete. The next step is to set up a defensive location in Concord. You can't usually build in Concord, but using the mod Conquest, I can set up a workbench anywhere on the map. But before we begin, there is some unsettled business that needs to be taken care of. Preston has informed me that he wants to clear out Lexington. The town is overrun by ghouls, and he doesn't want to take any chances with Lexington being so close to Sanctuary. Lexington has been cleared. We got some good loot from that, but most importantly, we don't have to worry about any feral ghouls wandering into our settlements. So now, onto Concord. I want to keep the middle of the street mostly clear and post Minutemen on the roofs and inside buildings. Let's start by building a guard outpost which watches over the entrance. Yep, that looks pretty awesome. Now I want to board up the enterable buildings. Let's add some Minuteman posters and billboards around the street. I want this building here to be I guess Concord's Minuteman HQ. The downstairs is a storage area, whilst the upstairs has sleeping quarters, with the balcony being a strategic overlook onto the street. I want the building across the street to be a way to access the rooftops. The rooftops will also be a great place for some wind turbines. I've connected these two rooftops, so now let's build another guard outpost on this roof. Cool, that actually works. Add some details around this area. And yeah, this is actually looking pretty cool. It almost feels like a western town. Wow, wow, wow. Trudy, you alone are keeping the Minutemen stocked up on supplies. Right, now we still have a few streets around Concord left open, so let's work on fixing that. One right here. Now the place needs some Minutemen to do the job of keeping Sanctuary's border secured. So I'll build a recruitment beacon and send some spare settlers from Sanctuary over to Concord. Now the settlers are going to need some food and water. However, there isn't anywhere I can grow food in Concord, so let's improvise. This area here can house some planters. Which, to be honest, this may be my new favourite view in the settlement. We've now got some settlers moving in, but they need to look more like Minutemen. I want to add some more lights to the street, so more power turbines are in order. I'm running a bit low on scrap. There is a raider group nearby held up in a pre-war ration stockpile. Let's go take them out and gather some scrap in the process. Now we need a couple more beds for the settlers. Let's build a house here. This one's for the commander of the troops here at Concord, which is why it's a bit nicer than the others. And I think I could squeeze in a shack next to the Minuteman HQ. Okay, I like it. Now Concord can fulfill its role as a defensive location.